Happy Monday. Today is February 21.
On today's show, we have an update about the middle school musical and an interview related to our trivia question last week.
This and more, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Luis.
And I'm Kevin.
To start our show today, please stand and join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
We had quite a few correct answers for our trivia question last week.
We asked if you could name this sport from 1970. A few answers we saw were water aerobics, swim dancing, which is kind of close. We saw a few water polo. That sport is relatively new for West Ottawa.
Let's draw the winner and find out what the sport is called.
Thanks to everyone who participated in the last trivia question. Since we had so many correct answers, we will pick the three winners. They are Eli in Miss Owendag's Academy, Juliana in Miss Hansen's, and Anson in Miss Owendag's. Here are our winners. Congratulations. What was the answer to the question?
The answer was synchronized swimming.
Okay, now show us your best synchronized swimming pose out of water.
I just can't.
Perfect.
Synchronized swimming has been an Olympic sport since 1984, but they actually changed the name to artistic swimming a few years ago.
We were able to talk to a member that the team you might know recognize, Miss Keekover, still helps out many sporting events, and you might see her lifeguarding at the pool for swimming in class.
Here's that interview and some information about how girls' sports have changed at West Ottawa over the years.
Hi, I'm Tessa here with Mrs. Keekover to learn about how women's sports developed over time at West Ottawa. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and the sports you played as a student.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I'm a big West Ottawa fan from way back. I grew up in the town here and went to West Ottawa. We could start being in some of the sports in middle school. We had a synchronized swim team that I wanted to be on, so I was on a synchronized swim team, and I wanted to be an athlete. So I pushed for trying to get the sports, and Mr. Von Inns was the track coach. His assistant coach, Mr. Braidaway, took us in, and Miss Corneliuson, our phys ed teacher, was our coach. And Mr. Braidaway taught us a track start. So I was on the first girls track team for West Ottawa. And we did go against, I remember being at Holland in the arena there with hurdles, because I was a hurdler and a sprinter, and I had a best friend that was a high jumper. And we were also on the first girls tennis team for West Ottawa. And we played basketball. All three of the teams had Miss Corneliuson as our coach. And she also led Dutch dance. And because the seasons were so short, we could also participate in Dutch dance, which some people think is kind of crazy now. But we one time, I remember special in basketball, we went to Grand Rapids, and that was a big deal for us. You know, little Hollanders going to Grand Rapids to play basketball against a team from a big high school there. That was quite something. But I have to keep reminding kids that the things that I remember the most are not. I have no clue how many wins or losses we had. Same as when I went to Hope College and played basketball, and I played softball 4 years there. I have no idea what our win-loss record was, but the team members and the team camaraderie, working together with a team, that makes all the difference.
What sports were available back in 1970?
Like I said, we had the synchronized swimming, which wasn't technically a sport, but in '71 they had a swim team. We did have a swim team right after that. So we did have a swim team that they only swam against a few people, and we had available the track team, tennis team, and basketball.
How has women's sports evolved over the years at West Ottawa?
Yeah, that's a little tougher question because I was gone in between. I call it the tweener years. In between 70 and 85, I wasn't here, but that's when it was just bursting. They were getting middle school sports put in, and then high school sports started getting more and more. The teams were getting bigger. We were competing against more, and we were MHSAA. When I first started, we were just a team that competed against other schools that had a team.
Who are some of the most recognized women in sports that graduated from West Ottawa?
Well, this is another interesting question. I knew some of them from when I was here, and some of them that I worked with and actually got to take care of their injuries. But way back in the day, class of 72 was Margot Yonker, that she worked with the Central Michigan team and got a gold medal in the Olympics being an assistant coach. And so that was pretty cool, playing softball here. And Terry McFarland was class of 79. She played on 3 Olympic festival teams, they called it, and she had a huge coaching career at Holland High School after learning here at West Ottawa. And Donna Blaukamp Lyles was our first athlete that got 4 varsity letters. 4 varsity letters means you play 4 varsity sports. And so that's quite a bit. And Kim Wheeler is also on there. Kim Wheeler was Kim Lewis now. She graduated in 82 also, and she earned 12 varsity letters in basketball, volleyball, swimming, and softball. Big time helper athlete, and she worked for West Ottawa for many years, just retiring recently.
Why would you encourage girls to participate in sports today?
Participating in sports is never a bad thing, never a bad thing. Even if you're not tremendously good at it, it doesn't matter. You can join a club team. There's all kinds of different ways that you can express your desire. I had a girl the other day at Hope College basketball game that I ran to. She graduated in 1973 from Hope. I graduated in 74, and we both played basketball there, and we could meet up today and talk about it and enjoy each other's company. That's the kind of memories and that's the kind of things that you can have.
Thank you, Mrs. Kiekover, for letting us interview you about the rapidly changing world of sports. And thank you, Addie and Campbell, for taping.
Read this caption from 1971 yearbook talking about the girls' swim team. This description of swim team definitely points out how things have changed over the years.
Sports keep being added as new sports become popular and more sports are being offered to both genders. Boys club volleyball has been added recently, as well as co-ed wrestling.
We are fortunate to live in a district that continues to value athletics for all and provide so much opportunity.
Now over for this week's general announcements.
Thanks. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Noah. For lunch specials, Monday and Fridays, pasta bar. Tuesday and Thursday will be taco bar. Wednesday is stir Friday.
Every Tuesday, there will also be a special of the day.
Thanks to Student Council and Mrs. Starwick's Academy for organizing these secret cupids.
The proceeds of this went to the Holland Rescue Mission and for their work in our community helping those in need.
Tomorrow is a special day. Do you know what it is? It's 2/22/22.
If you write out that date in day, month, year format, it's 22/02/2022, which makes it a palindrome date, meaning it reads the same way forwards or backwards.
If a Tuesday falls on the 2nd or 22nd, it's called a Tuesday. There are only 4 Tuesdays in 2022, and this one is extra special.
In honor of the Tuesday, we want to spread this unique day with dressing up. Wear your tiaras, ties, tutus, tie-dye. Maybe find a friend to be a set of 2, or course since it's Tuesday.
We also challenge you to show and spread kindness. In Academy last week, we talked about how easy it is to share random acts of kindness.
There are lots of examples of quick and easy things we can do to help each other out.
This time of year can be particularly challenging as we don't see the sun very often. It's cold and dreary. Maybe we don't have the same enthusiasm that we started the year with.
Looking out for one another and taking the time to cheer each other up is a perfect solution to the winter blues.
The high school just wrapped up an amazing production called Puffs. We hope some of you had the chance to see this amazing show. Great job again, Mr. Huber.
This year, the middle school will be doing Guys and Dolls Jr. We hope you had a chance to see the interview with Mr. Huber last Friday about the audition workshop. If not, here it is again.
Hi, I'm Alira, and I'm here to interview
Mr. Huber?
about the musical. What is this year's musical?
Well, 2 years ago was the last time we did a big musical at the middle school, and we were getting ready. We were in rehearsals for a show called Guys and Dolls. and we really wanted to do it, and all the kids were super excited about trying out for it, and we were already a couple weeks into practices, and everyone was having such a good time, and they were so disappointed when we had to stop because of COVID. So we're going to redo Guys and Dolls this year. So we're going to start all over, and we're going to try it again.
What is it about?
Well, it's a really great show. It's an older show, but it's about this group of guys who are gamblers. They're always playing cards and rolling dice, and that's one of the things, the reason why the kids like the show so much before when they tried it, because they get to play these kind of like gamblers, and the girls are these dance hall girls, and they get to play. They get to do all these great dances and all that. But what the show's about is a guy, one of the gamblers, bets another guy that he can ask out any girl and get her to go out with him. And so when the guy says, "I'll take your bet," and he picks out who he thinks will be the girl that will never go out with this guy. And so he has to kind of like flirt with her and get to know her and all of that. And pretty soon he finds out he actually likes her a lot and starts to kind of fall for her a little bit. But it's a really fun show. There's a lot of it's a really funny show, lots of different parts. Great songs, lots of dancing, lots of singing, and you get to dress up like with hats and stuff like that, and be like back in the past. It's really fun.
What are the requirements for trying out?
All right, so to try out, we do a whole workshop, and I'll talk about that in a second. But basically, what you do is you learn a little dance. You learn a part of a song, and you learn a little speech to do. And you do all three of those things in front of Mrs. Steinman and I. She's the one who's doing the music, and I'm the one that's directing it. And then we start picking the kids who are going to be in the show from that. So that's what the auditions are: singing, dancing, and a little acting.
What do the kids do at the workshop?
Well, the audition workshop's really important. If you're interested in trying out for the show, you should come to the workshop. Stay after school, and you stay from like 3 till about 5:30. And what the kids get to do is they go and they learn a little bit of a dance that I teach them. They go and learn a song from Mrs. Steinman, and they work with some high school kids, and they just learn a little speech. And it's just fun. You don't have to, at the workshop, you don't have to do anything in front of anybody else. So nobody gets embarrassed. Nobody has, oh my gosh. And nobody has to dance by themselves. And I know right now, some of you boys out there, you're thinking, oh, I can't dance. You'd be surprised. I could teach anybody to dance. All right? It's not that hard. Because I'm not going to make it that hard. So, and the singing, little short piece of song, and everyone's going to be singing together. So we teach you each one of those things, and then when you come to the audition, you're all ready to give us your audition, because you will practice it over the weekend, and then the next week you come in and you do it in a small group of 10 kids. You do your audition, and you'll be wonderful.
What should people consider in trying out?
Well, there's so many reasons to try out. I love theater. I think it's great. One of the things that's the best part about it is you get to hang out with a group of kids every night. A lot of people you won't know, because kids from Mac Bay will be trying out, kids from Harbor Lights will be trying out. So there's this nice mix of kids. You get to learn a lot of new friends. We play games every night before practice, which is really fun. You learn a lot more about yourself, and you get to be a part of something that's really, really special. When you're on that stage and those people are applauding for you, it makes you feel really wonderful about yourself. And so it's a great experience. If you like to show off in front of your family or your friends, and you like to sing, or when the music comes on, you find yourself getting into it, you should try out for the musical, because you would really have a great time.
Thank you for answering our questions.
If you might be interested, check out the audition workshop after school today in Harbor Lights choir room from 3 to 5:30.
At the workshop, you will learn about the musical, learn the song and dance it, and get a short acting scene.
Everything you do is in a group, so take a chance and be a part of this amazing show.
Now over sports for this week's games.
Thanks, I'm Tavian.
And I'm Crew. Let's start out with girls basketball. The black team plays today against City Set at home and Thursday against Grand Haven away.
The white team plays today against Holland at home, and Thursday they challenge Holland Christian away.
The wrestling team has a competition on Thursday away at Muskegon.
Boys swim and dive do not compete this week. Their next meet is next week, Tuesday.
There are 2 clinics for girls coming up. The 6th grade girls, there is a volleyball clinic, and sign-ups are due February 28th.
March 6th, there is a softball clinic from 3:45 to 5:15. Register online at the website on the screen.
Ski and Snowbird Club. If you want to go on the trip to Bittersweet this Friday, sign up by Wednesday at 3 p.m. with your $10 for the bus. This is our last scheduled trip for the season.
Now back to the anchors.
Don't forget to participate in the audition workshop today after school and to show your Tuesday spirit tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Keep showing that Panther pride. Have a great week.
And go Whoa!